Alright, so I want to start with a clean face. Always moisturize. Even if you have oily skin and you think you don't need to moisturize, you do. It's kind of like the body fat thing where your body will hold on to fat if you're not feeding it. Same thing with the oily skin. Some people like to use a primer. I have a sample right now. MAC Natural Radiance. I just put it in the areas that my pores are bigger, that you can see them. So I like to use a combination of two foundations. I'll just use my regular combo today. I use Revlon Colorstay. This is the combination oily skin formula mixed with Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. The Revlon is in shade 330 Natural Tan, and it's a bit darker with a yellow undertone, and the Makeup Forever is shade 45. It's more of a warm pink undertone. It's a little bit lighter. So I dot the Revlon Colorstay around the outside of my face, and then to highlight the inner part of my face, I use the Matte Velvet Plus. My favorite way to apply this Revlon Colorstay is with a wet beauty blender, a damp beauty blender. So this is what it looks like dry, and this is what it looks like wet. They sell dupes for these, but I would recommend getting the original beauty blender. They're about 20 bucks each, or you can find them on Amazon in a pack of 2 for 20 bucks. So you just run it under water and wring it out, and then dry it off on a towel. The formula for the Revlon Colorstay is really dry, so it dries really fast, it sets really fast on the face, so you don't have a lot of time to work with it. So I find it's more lenient to blend if you're using a damp beauty blender. So I'm just going to dot this around my face with my finger. And I always bring it down my neck. It's a darker color than my face. As you can see, my face is really white. I never tan it. So I just put the Makeup Forever right on the beauty blender and dab it right in the middle. And then I just kind of pat it all over, bring it down to blend down my neck, because my neck's pretty white. So just make sure you get up in the hairline. Watch you don't erase your brows if you've done them like I have. So I'm just going to fast forward this part. So as you can tell now, my face matches my body a little bit better. So now I like to use makeup setting spray. I don't always use this step, but when I want a really flawless, stay all day kind of look. This is the Urban Decay DeSlick. So it just helps take shine away, and it will prevent your makeup from caking up and looking like powdery. So I just usually spray it around my face 4 times. And it smells really nice and it's really refreshing. It's kind of air dry. Sometimes I'll actually spray my face before I put my foundation on, after I prime or moisturize, and also right after the liquid foundation before I set it with powder. But sometimes I don't. So now I'm going to use a concealer to highlight my face. This is the Girl-Olay Simply Ageless Eye Concealer in 215. It's like a light color. It's just mixed in with like a moisturizer. So I'm just going to use this under my eye in like a V shape to highlight the center of my face, a little bit on my chin, down my nose, and between my eyebrows. So I'm going to go back in with the wet beauty blender right into here. And I don't mind going right into here because it's just me that's using it. So right under the eye, down in a triangle, and bring it back up here to highlight on top of the cheekbone. Sometimes I go right over my eye just to correct any redness. Now I'm going to correct any blemishes I have on my face. This is MAC Select Moisture Cover Up in NW25. Just highlight a little blemish right there. I'm just dotting it on. Some people like to do this before their foundation, but I find it just wipe it off with the foundation, so I go in afterwards. Just gonna buff in the concealer once it's set a little bit with a fluffy brush. Just really with a light hand. This is my new favorite powder. It's our Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. It's a translucent powder. Just gonna set it with a smaller brush under my eyes where the concealer is. Now I'm just gonna brush away the excess. Sprinkle some in the cap. Go in with a Kabuki brush. Just gonna dot it all over. bring it down my neck. Just gonna go lightly where I conceal, not to rub off the concealer. And that's that. Now I'm just gonna warm up my face again with a bit of bronzer. This is one of my favorite drugstore bronzers. It's like $3. You can get it at any drugstore. It's the NYC Smooth Skin in Sunny. Focus on the outside of my face. Temples, hairline, around the jawbone, and bring it down my neck. Just blend it in my chest. Just a little bit down the sides of my nose. This is my favorite contour from MAC. It's a MAC brush called Harmony, just with a smaller, more dense brush. It's gonna go in, draw a line from the top of my ear, just to slim down my face a bit, till about the middle of my eyebrow. It'll be faded out towards that. I'm just gonna concentrate most of the product back towards the ear. I'm gonna blend that out a little bit so it's not really harsh. Just gonna put on a bit of blush on the backs of my cheeks. This is just a corally pink shade. It's called Sweet and Spicy by Fox in a Box. It's made by Heart Candy and they're exclusive to Walmart, so Walmart owns them. So I'm just gonna focus it on the back of my cheeks. I don't like to put the blush, some people like to put it on the apples of their cheeks. I think it looks a little like clownish whenever you're not smiling because the apples of your cheeks are like dropped. So I just like to focus it on the back of my cheekbones. And I bring it in a little bit to my cheeks, but I focus most of the product on the back of the cheeks. I'm gonna highlight the top of my cheekbones. I hardly ever highlight, but I just thought for like a full flawless foundation routine to add it in. So this is Albatross by NARS. It's just a gold shimmery highlight. It's really, really pigmented, so watch it. So I'm just going to use a little brush by Real Techniques. Tap it off, and I'm just going to run it along the top of my cheekbone here, really lightly. I'm going to run a little bit of this down the bridge of my nose, and along my cupid's bow. I'm just going to run the stippling brush over my face to blend out any hard lines in my blush or bronzer. So if you guys could give me some feedback as to how often you'd like to see these kind of videos, like maybe once a week, or twice a week, or once every 2 weeks. And yeah, that's it. See ya.